Greetings, my lords and ladies. This is the Archosaurus, and I've got something special for you indeed. At long last, the final of the great triumvirate of Warbringers has come to us, that being of Azshara. And oh boy, was she worth the wait. I've been waiting practically over a decade for this, let alone just a few months. For you see, this story is an old story. What you're seeing here is World of Warcraft's version of Atlantis, the great civilization city that fell below the waves out of its pride. And this is a great story indeed, for in this one, Azshara the sorceress, who had made a deal with the fallen titan Sargeras, was in the end kind of screwed over, and Sargeras was thrown away in the Legion, and then she was left with the world blowing up in on itself. And in the novel, the trilogy that I remember reading over a decade ago as a lonely night security guard all alone in the dead of night, reading this scene when Azshara holds back the waves and her city sinks below and all hope is lost, and she hears that voice saying, "Let go. It's over. But you can be so much more." And it was just so very cool because, of course, she would become Azshara, queen of this Naga, and create the Naga as her followers would become it. We've always wanted to see this officially in WoW, and now finally we have, and holy, but Jolie's was worth it. I want this to be something of an analysis of sorts, not just a reaction video of people squealing and wheeling. And let me tell you, one of these days I need to actually film myself reacting to this. It's just that I'm kind of private in many ways, and I will tell you that I do literally and squeak like a crazy little munchkin or mouse on meth or something when Blizzard releases these things because they're amazing. But I'm not doing that. I want to talk about this because it's so much to talk about and dive into. The other great thing is that we finally see N'Zoth, one of the old great gods that are stuck within Azeroth. The old gods, that old these Lovecraftian creatures of tentacles and darkness and chaos and madness. And N'Zoth especially, he's, I'm losing my train of thought here for a moment, but, it's the fellow with tentacles, the old god of Lovecraft, whom I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now, but yes, that fellow. N'Zoth is very much in line with him. And finally, we get clarification or that he is indeed the one responsible for the creation of the Naga and of Azshara transforming to begin with. But what's fantastic about this short is, or at least one of the things, is that we see the confidence of Azshara. We also, I believe, see some of the mortality of her in a way, elfanity, if you will, instead of humanity, elfanity. Because you see her being desperate. She's not invincible. She's not, all-knowing and all-powerful. She's really freaked out in this moment, falling below the waves and she's all alone. And it's brilliant when she faces off against N'Zoth, that she's still the queen, Her arrogance is of legend, and rightly so. And we see it so wonderfully in this wonderful featurette, which is, I believe, longer than all the other ones. And I was hoping for that, because there's just so much lore to unpack here with it. And it doesn't disappoint. And she's able to look literally this demon of darkness in the eye and say, "Oh, hang on. We'll make a deal. We're going to make a deal on my terms." Because she's blown away by what she sees of this creature of darkness. And I love the fact that she also, indeed, when she hears his voice, when she does know who he is. When he speaks of, "I've been trapped over 1,000 years and I've watched you." And she does actually seem to know that he is this old god trapped below her, trapped below the city and whatnot. She's like, "Oh, I know you, you're nothing." But then she doesn't really know him. She's probably heard rumors of what this entity of some kind is, but she's probably thought, oh, please, whatever. Because remember, she isn't a ridiculously powerful sorceress, one of the most powerful sorcerers we've ever seen in World of Warcraft's history. So she's got reason to be prideful. But, when she truly sees the might of N'Zoth, it's brilliant. And she still stands up to it. She still says, no, I'll be your queen. I'll serve you, yes, but I'll serve as a queen, nothing else. And I'll raise a great army. And even N'Zoth is like, damn, this girl's got potential. Yeah, she's even more potential than I thought. Okay, yeah, let's do this, bitch. And they do it. And what you're watching now, in this particular moment, oh man, do I love it. When he truly reveals who he is, and if you've read World of Warcraft Chronicle, the great lore history of Azeroth, you know that in the beginning, way back in Azeroth's history, the old gods came very much to the forefront and created what was known as the Black Empire, where they basically ruled across all of Azeroth, creating their own twisted, insane empire of madness and darkness and whatnot. And we finally get to see it. I mean, we get to see a glimpse of this empire, of the Black Empire. And I love it when he just screams out, "You're nothing, I'm a god!" He's just like, oh, yeah. And the beating of the drums, that drumbeat of war, it's just, oh, I love it so much. It's fantastic. And, wow, it was pretty incredible. The great thing about this featurette, I mean, many people are always saying, oh, it's going to be the old gods, Azshara is the big bad, and old god's the big bad. The focus of this expansion, Battle for Azeroth, is going to be the faction war. But the beauty of old gods and what they're like is that they rarely ever become the big bad. They like to puppet master others. They like to mess with others more than anything else. They are a different kind of big bad than Sargeras and his fiery burning legion, because those guys, the demons, fell and whatnot. They're like glam rockers. They're explosive and in your face and fiery. They're fire. They're all over the place. But the old gods are deeper, as represented by N'Zoth. They are of the sea. They take their time. They are like an oncoming tidal wave whose mass and power simply cannot be stopped, and it just comes with this forebodingness that it's just gonna come wipe you out. It's not the kind of crazy fiery essence. This is a deep power, and it's subtle. It's much more subtle than that. And obviously, Azshara will be a raid boss. We know this, but she's going to be the first raid boss. So all kinds of things are going to happen, which I'm really looking forward to. However, the old gods are fun because they like to, be chaotic. None of them have a specific game plan per se. They just like messing with people. They're not like Sargeras, who has this great crusade. It's like straight goals and goal makers. It's like no. The old gods aren't like that. They just like messing with people. They're kind of pricks, really, at the end of the day. And the interesting thing is that then goes on to how people were freaking out that Sylvanas was going to be the big bad. She's going to be Garrosh 2.0. Well, this kind of helps prove, no, dearies, no. Blizzard isn't that thick. They're not that dumb to do the same thing. They've already basically said that, no, we're not going to do the same thing. Okay, calm down. And that's the thing is, I mean, Sylvanas may be cruel and crazy sometimes, but she's not Azshara. This is the crazy woman that we have to worry about. This is the true big bad. Sylvanas wants to conquer the Alliance and whatnot, but she doesn't want to destroy the Horde either. She wants to preserve her people. She'll do anything she can for it, and I guess you could say Azshara does too. But there's still a difference between them. It may not be the biggest of differences, but there's a difference, and I think it's an important one to keep in mind when going through Battle for Azeroth. And if you want to be a fanboy, fangirl of this franchise, there's always bigger things at play, which is what this Warbringers is all about. It's literally about a bigger thing at play, down in the darkness. And I love the colors of this. You know, it's the black and gold here, the gold light. It's gorgeous. We haven't really seen this before. There's almost an Egyptian-y kind of feel to it, but we're into the depths here. And this final moment coming up, again, you know, we've been waiting for this for ages, and all of us lore nerds who have followed this for literally over decades now, we've always been curious about this. You know, what exactly happened to Azshara? What did she become? Is she like some big squid? Is she still a night elf? And we know now for sure that she is indeed this kind of hybrid, you know, Ursula octopus-like thing. And it's wonderful to watch this. I love how they really take the time to bring out her transformation. It's really creepy, but I love how the music goes low, and she's just sitting there, you know, looking around, going like, "Oh, is that it? What's gonna happen?" And oh boy, here it comes. And then, like, you know, like explodes in her. I didn't time that as well as I wanted, but it is coming in. Again, like the drum beats that they've given for Nazos and Azshara's theme is just truly brilliant. I love the way Blizzard gets the music so bloody brilliantly well done to go along with their amazing visuals. And what a treat this was to finally see the darkness below. That it's finally rising. Like a very naughty girl, Azshara has been teasing us for years and years and years and years. And Nazoth, a very naughty little boy, he's been teasing us too. He was behind Deathwing, by the way. He actually kind of tried to explode through Deathwing at the very last Dragon Soul fight. Like, Deathwing was becoming a kind of dragon octopus thing, just as Azshara here is turning into a night elf octopus thing. You know, Deathwing was practically turning into that at the end of it. Deathwing's mind, it was almost totally gone at that point. He was a true Nazoth dragon puppet at that point. He was just freaking nuts, falling to pieces. And this is yet another play by Nazoth, because these old gods, they just love messing with people behind the scenes. They love it. But I do love how in this wonderful featurette, to bring once again around that Azshara, she's the deadly one. Her arrogance, you know, those elves, those bloody elves, you always got to watch out for them. They're beautiful, and they sway everyone to them because they're so very beautiful. But there's a darkness in that beauty, a very, very real, deadly darkness within the elves of all flavors. And I love how we're going to see the biggest of the bad of all the elves. She's finally coming to us. We finally get a proper look at her. I love how we finally see the Naga like this, all laughing in unison like this. It's just, oh, it's brilliant, Blizzard. You did a real brilliant job here. And, you know, I'd love to hear what your guys' views are on this. What did you think of this? Has this made you more excited for the expansion? Many people were worried about, you know, again, as I said before, that Sylvanas will be the next big bad. I definitely don't think she will. This kind of helps confirm it. So hold on to your panties. It'll be perfectly fine. And this just confirms my excitement for this bloody franchise. I swear I'm going to be playing this till the day I die, because hopefully it'll keep going for 50 more decades. This has been the Achosaurus. I hope you've enjoyed this little rant and the featurette. Go watch it, and I'll see you next time.